The hard-hitting high rollers have arrived for Glory 23 Las Vegas. Tonight, the battle for the vacant welterweight world title is a contrast in styles. As kicking machine Raymond the Real Deal Daniels goes up against the brutal body attack of Nicky Holzken. The stakes are high, and these two great warriors are all in. In our co-main event, rising American star Xavier Vigny meets British Man Mountain Daniel Sam in an explosive heavyweight match set to light up the Nevada night sky. Plus, the always entertaining and unpredictable four-man tournament. Tonight, it's an all-American middleweight qualifier. The winner moving one step closer to a potential title fight with champion Artem Levin. The fight capital of the world is playing host to the most exciting fight sport on TV. This is Glory 23 Las Vegas. The bright lights of the Las Vegas Strip. And the lights will not be shining brighter than they are at the joint of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, where Glory Kickboxing makes its debut here in the fight capital of the world. And we are kicking things off with a one-night, four-man middleweight qualification tournament. It's all USA as the always game Dustin Jacoby goes up against Ariel Sepulveda, who hopes to be a smashing success in his Glory debut. Meanwhile, Casey Green, representing the Fighting Irish, meets Quinton O'Brien, an undefeated fighter who also is making his first appearance in the Glory ring. The winner of this tournament must win two fights in one night to move on to the middleweight contender tourney. In our co-feature, Xavier Vigny. He is 4-0 in the Glory ring, all 4 wins via form of knockout. He squares off against Daniel Sam of the UK, who is seeking redemption in Glory. And in our much-anticipated main event, it's the rematch between Nicky the Natural Holzken and Raymond the Real Deal Daniels. This time, it's for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. Hello there, I'm Mauro Ranallo alongside the fight professor Steven Quadros. Finally, the fastest fight sport on TV has come to the fight capital of the world.
And more of this 1 hour hop from LA is really good for us. We don't get jet lagged.
Yeah, that's right, Steven Quadros, and yours truly ready to call an action-packed night of kickboxing. As an added bonus tonight, we are going to welcome former Glory welterweight champion Joseph Valtellini to the broadcast team. Unfortunately, he had to vacate the title due to post-concussion syndrome, but he will provide unique insight because he's faced both of tonight's main event participants.
Hey guys, I'll be giving you inside locker room interviews before the fights with Raymond Daniels and Nicky Holzken. I'll also be commentating alongside Mauro and Steven for the main event. This is an exciting night of fights. I'm looking forward to it. Back to you, Mauro.
All right, Joseph, you can never have enough Italian Canadians on a broadcast. We are set for Glory 23 Las Vegas. Let's throw it up to the international voice of Glory, Tim Hughes.
The lights on the Vegas Strip have never shined brighter. For the first time in its history, Glory Sports International brings the most exciting combat sport to the fight capital of the world for Glory 23 Las Vegas, including a 4-man middleweight qualifying tournament and 5 rounds for the Glory Welterweight Championship of the world. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Their chairman, Francisco Aguilar, and their executive director, Bob Bennett, are with us ringside. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, are you ready for glory? We get right to tournament action with the first of 2 back-to-back semifinals.
3 fights, 2 semis, 1 final.
all in one night. The Glory Qualification Tournament, a unique four-man, one-night elimination event that earns the victor the right to place in the Contender Tournament and the chance to become a Glory World Champion. Strategy, conditioning, and injuries are key. All in for a fast knockout or play a tactical game. Score points and conserve your energy for the final. With little chance for recovery, the semifinal winners will advance to the final. The winner is declared the qualifier and earns his place in the Contender Tournament. 4 men, 3 fights, 2 semis, 1 final, all in one night. All for a shot at the title, for a shot at glory. And in tonight's middleweight qualification tournament, 2 All-American clashes. In the first semifinal, fan favorite Dustin Jacoby goes to war with New York's Ariel Sepulveda. Jacoby earned his stripes in the heavier divisions and will aim to maintain his fearsome power at this lighter weight. And in the second, Glory debutant Quinton O'Brien clashes with the relentless Casey Green. The winner will earn a place in the middleweight contender tournament and a chance for a title shot against Glory middleweight world champion Artem Levin.
It is time for the first of our 2 semifinal attractions in the middleweight qualification tourney. Dustin Jacoby. The word no is not in his vocabulary. He welcomes Ariel Smash Sepulveda to the Glory Ring tonight.
And Dustin Jacoby is 4 years the junior of Ariel Sepulveda, and he does have twice the number of fights, but a large number of those fights are losses, and that could cause an erosion in the trademark confidence of Jacoby. Sepulveda will want to capitalize on that and steal the moment.
And the rules tonight. During this semifinal matchup, 3 3-minute rounds. 3 judges seated at ringside. Scoring using the 10-point must system. The winner of each round receives 10 points. The opponent 9 or less. 3 judges scoring no standing 8 count, no elbows, throws, or sweeps. A doctor or referee can stop the fight. Let's get it back to Tim Hughes for the official introductions as we kick off Glory 23 Las Vegas.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this middleweight semifinal is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, trained in Muay Thai and kickboxing, his young professional record, 4 wins with 1 loss. He'll make his Glory debut in Las Vegas tonight. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, 1.88 meters. He weighed in at fight time at an even 186 pounds, 84.4 kilos. Fighting tonight out of New York, USA. Here is Ariel the Smash Sepulveda. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a Road to Glory tournament winner. His record, 4 wins with 6 losses, but 3 of those wins coming by knockout. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters, he weighed in at an even 187 pounds, 84.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Aurora, Colorado, he is Dustin the Hanyak Jacoby. Your referee for this bout is Mark Smith.
The third man in the ring is Mark Smith. Sepulveda, born in the Dominican Republic. Family moved to the United States at the age of 12. Played minor league baseball as a center fielder in the Houston Astros organization in Single A. Dustin Jacoby, hey, if you give him enough time to make it to a fight, he will accept under the harshest of conditions.
Fight's on.
Bell in round 1. And again, Steven, strategy, an important factor, knowing that a win here only sets you up for another fight later tonight in order to move ahead and advance to the middleweight contender tourney and a possible shot at the championship.
Yeah, the theory is you want to get in and out of there quickly and try and knock the guy out. But if the guy's a good fighter, then you're going to leave yourself open to get knocked out.
Jacoby in the white gloves, Sepulveda in the black gloves.
What I'm seeing right now already from Jacoby is that all the experiences he's had, wins or losses, he's becoming a better fighter, better ring savvy. He's starting to set up the low kick. There's the jab there. Everything's working in combination.
Glory matchmaker Cor Hemmers told us that Jacoby was thrown in at the deep end after winning the Road to Glory tournament. He has faced a murderer's row, so this tournament is a chance for him to fight at a, quote, more reasonable level. Of course, Sepulveda would like to, well, make a smashing debut here in Glory.
Sepulveda is probably going to end up making that smashing debut by brawling. Because to fight a technical fight, he just got rocked there.
Just got rocked with a combination of punches by Jacoby. Working the jab, misses with the sweeping right hand, looking to close the distance. Sepulveda now fighting off the ropes. Coming up on the midpoint of the first round. Not wasting any time to go toe-to-toe.
Smart move there by Dustin Jacoby to not use everything in the kitchen sink, but to back off a little bit, realizing that your opponent is not ready to go out.
When Sepulveda was released by the Houston Astros organization, he became depressed, blew up to 260 pounds. It was fighting, kickboxing, that he took up to lose weight, but now hoping to make it a lucrative career. 4-1 coming into this fight tonight, but almost getting tagged with that chopping right hand from Dustin Jacoby.
Dustin Jacoby is being first, and that's why he's winning the round so far.
Jacoby, a mixed martial arts veteran who's competed in the UFC and a Bellator. There he slips. Looking to snap a 4-fight losing streak, but again, Steven, it's amazing the stories that he's told us and how certain fights came about. Literally, just enough time to make it to the arena. You want the fight, Jacoby? Yeah, I'll fight.
No post scenario.
Yeah, that sounds good around the campfire sometimes if you get the win, but if you don't.
You're right. Only so many chances.
That's right.
And now Sepulveda working the body with a left hook to the liver.
Sepulveda's dangerous with that left hook, and Jacoby knows it.
And there's that jab and a knee. Sepulveda rattled late in round one, and they are swinging for the fences. As the bell rings, Sepulveda goes down with his bell rung.
Stop.
And the fight is over.
Stay here. Stay here.
It's Dustin Jacoby smashing Ariel the Smash Sepulveda. I thought I heard the bell, but I'm being told that the fight is stopped with just 1 second left in the round.
Stay there.
So impressive by Dustin Jacoby. I mean, I was talking about Sepulveda's left hook, then all of a sudden, Jacoby turned the tide with his left
Stay over there
hook.
for me for now.
That was definitely Dustin Jacoby's best performance thus far that I've seen. And here it is. Big left hook. How he stayed up after that punch is beyond me. They got the brawl. A lot of those getting slipped. Basically, it was a grazing shot, but I think it was an accumulation.
So the first semifinal lasted about as long as a Las Vegas drive-through marriage. Dustin Jacoby draws first blood in the middleweight qualification tournament.
Dustin Jacoby impressed the hell out of me with that performance. It's like I said, a compilation of all the good, bad, and ugly that he's gone through since he's become a kickboxer came into fruition in that fight. He put everything together. Knees, punches, kicks, but it was the left hook that set it up.
Mark Montoya in his corner, representing Factory X Muay Thai, where he trains alongside Chris Camozzi, a former UFC opponent turned friend.
Speaking of friends, those guys had nothing but good things to, you know, good vibes there by the winner and the loser. No bad blood after the bell.
So he snaps a 4-fight losing streak. You can almost see the relief written all over his face. Comes in, puts it together, and stops Ariel the Smash Sepulveda in scintillating fashion with just 1 tick of the clock left in that first frame.
When you've got a 4-fight losing streak, yeah, you're starting to think, am I in the right line of work? I mean, things like that infect your brain. But he's very, very confident, constantly. Telling you, Jacoby did everything right from that arcing right hand. The jab was on mark. He kept pushing forward, slipping back every time Sepulveda threw a bomb at him. Dustin Jacoby, everything came together in this fight. He's going to go back and watch this and probably going to basically pat himself on the back. This finish right there, the grazing shot, Sepulveda was definitely done. Hard night for that man, but he lost to the better man. Go back to the drawing board. Sepulveda doesn't have that many kickboxing fights, so I think he's going to be fine.
He told us that in his mind, he knows he is much better than his sub-500 record. And yeah, he was chomping at the bit to get in there and get a win. And he gets a big victory here tonight as he opens the Glory 23 Las Vegas middleweight qualification tournament with a big victory over the debuting Ariel the Smash Sepulveda. Back here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the joint is jumping after that fantastic finish by Dustin Jacoby.
Oh, this was all Dustin Jacoby. Everything from the punches. He landed over double the amount of punches, the kicks, everything, the knees too. He basically blew Ariel Sepulveda out of the water in this fight.
And let's go back to the end of the fight and let's listen in.
Oh, it was almost a half hook, half jab. But he came through. He knew he had him hurt. He knew the end was near. And that right hand, oh, what a good shot.
You know, I thought I'd heard the bell earlier, but I'm used to hearing things in my head, and good job there by the referee stopping the fight with just a second left. Congratulations to Factory X Muay Thai representative Dustin the Hanyak Jacoby. Let's go to Tim Hughes to make it official.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. This bout comes to an end with an official time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds of that first round, and ends by way of knockout for your winner, who now advances to the tournament final, Dustin Jacoby.
Well, the Hanyak is a word used to describe a nonconformist, a rebel without a cause. Well, he definitely has a cause here tonight. Dustin Jacoby wanting to win this tournament and reverse his fortunes in the Glory ring. And updating the tournament bracket, Jacoby moving on to the final later tonight. He will face the winner of our next semifinal matchup between Casey Go Green and Quinton O'Brien. Casey Green coming off a loss at Glory 21 San Diego, a fight he took on short notice against Mike Lemaire. At the start of this year, he started Project Wit, whatever it takes, wanting to become the best pound-for-pound fighter, wearing the top hat, adding a little bit of class to the proceedings in his Glory debut. Is Quinton Nyquil O'Brien, undefeated at 2-0. The next semifinal is straight ahead here at Glory 23 Las Vegas. And those of you watching around the world, we encourage you to visit GloryWorldSeries.com for the latest news pertaining to Glory, the fighter rankings, lots of great video and features at GloryWorldSeries.com. Of course, if you want to be involved in the conversation tonight, hashtag Glory23 on Twitter, and we thank you very much for the love that you're already showing the fight professor Stephen Quadros and yours truly. You can follow him at Stephen Quadros, yours truly at Mauro Ranallo, and of course the Glory World Series at Glory_WS.
And there's no PH, and there's no V in Steven. The top hat. Definitely something that he wears in tribute to the Rolling Stones. And the song is Sympathy for the Devil. Mick Jagger wears the top hat when he sings that song live. And Quentin O'Brien thought he would wear it too. And guess what he's going to come out to?
Sympathy for the devil.
Yes, Paul.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we turn to the other half of the tournament bracket. This middleweight tactician began his training in 2007 and makes his glory debut tonight. He is Quentin O'Brien.
Representing the Art of 8 Muay Thai gym in St. Louis, Missouri. You hear that percussion? The strains of the Rolling Stones' Sympathy for the Devil, adding a touch of class to the proceedings of his top hat. And it's interesting, as you mentioned, Stephen, the fact that he decided to wear a top hat, hadn't seen Mick Jagger perform the song yet, and then all of a sudden, Mick Jagger's on stage wearing the top hat. Kismet.
This man made his debut at Glory 12 in New York last year. Here comes Casey Green.
Back here in Las Vegas at the joint of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for Glory 23, set for the second semifinal matchup in the Glory middleweight qualification tournament. Casey Green colliding with the debuting Quentin O'Brien.
And Quentin O'Brien may be 6 years older and have fewer pro fights, but when you factor in his significant amateur career, he poses a significant threat to derail the always inspired Casey Green. My advice to Green, get it into the trenches and do it quick.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this tournament semifinal scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, trained in Muay Thai. As an amateur, he was 24-7. His professional career, perfect. 2 wins, no losses. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he weighed in at an even 186 pounds, 84.4 kilos. Fighting tonight out of St. Louis, Missouri, USA. Please welcome Quentin "NyQuil" O'Brien. His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner. Trained in Muay Thai, making his 3rd Glory appearance. His record, 2 wins with 4 losses, 1 of those wins by knockout. At 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, he weighed in at 186.5 pounds, 84.6 kilos. He fights tonight out of Los Angeles, California. Introducing Casey "Go Green." And your referee in charge of the Glory ring is Big John McCarthy.
Big John McCarthy. There's Quentin O'Brien, former football player at Truman State and Washington University in Missouri. Now a kickboxer, Casey "Go Green, trained by Carlo Deckers, the brother of the legendary Muay Thai icon, the late great Ramon Deckers.
You ready? You ready?
The bell and round 1, the second semifinal matchup underway. Inside low kick by Green.
I like that sweeping right hand of Green. That's a nasty weapon.
Green fighting out of the southpaw stance, tags O'Brien in the nose with a straight left hand. O'Brien's father, a pitcher on the 1978 and 79 St. Louis Cardinals, has a good exchange there in close. 30 seconds gone in the round. One of his teammates was Baseball Hall of Famer, 1967 World Series MVP, Lou the Franchise Brock.
Casey Green switching stances quite a bit and being effective from both.
And as a Canadian, it's only fair that I mention that Lou Brock was the first batter in a Major League Baseball game in Canada. Jerry Park facing the Montreal Expos. And I hope the beloved Montreal Expos return one day. But back to the action at hand here. 1 minute gone in the first round. And Green fighting out of the southpaw stance, walking down O'Brien. Push kick from O'Brien.
Good right hand there by Green on the inside. Green
Nice.
with combinations too.
Yeah, good combination by Green. Green is also trained at Boss Wounds Elite MMA Gym in Westlake, California. Body kick, a liver kick there from Green, again fighting from the southpaw stance. So plenty of action there, and that was in the fruit basket where the plums are housed.
Right here. Stay right here. Casey, step over there.
And there was a certain pop it makes, and it made that pop sound when that knee landed.
Right, yes. Stay right there. Just stay right there. It's just both of your movement, all right? Sorry, I know. Fight.
And there it is, right up the middle, and it was, they were both throwing at the same time.
Whipping that body kick is Green. There's a body kick from O'Brien. High guard by Green. Stabs O'Brien in the face with that hard jab.
I like how he made him pay with the right hand off that hard jab. Green is really countering effective, and he's being aggressive. And he's setting traps every time he switches like this.
Under a minute left in the opening round.
Green is the better technician, and I'm frankly surprised because O'Brien's got so many amateur fights and fought some pretty good guys internationally.
Yeah, was 24-7 as an amateur. Lost a decision to Glory veteran Wayne Barrett. His first fight lasted just 7 seconds, ending it with a head kick KO, hence the nickname NyQuil.
It's a cut over the left eye of O'Brien.
Nice combination put together by Green. Another 1-2 through the guard. Body kick, so mixing it up is Casey Go Green. With 10 seconds left in the opening round, a spinning back kick that misses. Round 2 straight ahead from Las Vegas.
Casey Green did work in that round.
I need you to let your hands go a little bit more, and when he switches
There's
to
the cut.
southpaw,
Stitch Duran administering first aid to it, and flying in there. Yeah, it was the left hand. Casey Green with a good left hook.
Playing that lazy jab, because now he's waiting to throw that hook. Stiff jab, get inside. Stiff jab, get inside. Okay, when you get inside, that uppercut's there all day. Okay? Let's go, let's put this guy out. Beautiful, he's got nothing for you. Breathe. We're not done. We're not done. Let's go.
Let's go, get him out. Back. All the way back.
We're back with round number 2. Unofficial scorecard belongs to the Fight Professor.
I gotta go Casey Green 10-9 for sure in that round. He did everything right. O'Brien barely landed a shot.
Brian told us that his game is somewhere between the Thai and Dutch style. The Thai style putting, of course, weight heavy on the back leg, but with the Dutch, you sit there and you bang it out. And, well, when he decided to do that in round 1, it was Casey Green getting the better of the exchanges. Body kick by Green.
That
Spinning back kick that pushed O'Brien to the ropes.
Yeah, that kick, the cut on O'Brien's face was caused by a left punch thrown by Casey Green. I'm not sure if it was the knuckle or the laces that ended up getting the laceration. Casey Green running away with this thing 23-11 in the punch department, but the kicks belong by 1 point to O'Brien.
Low kick by Green. That head kick caught Green. O'Brien walking forward. Oh, left hook.
O'Brien just ate a big right hand before that left hook, too. Green has this weird thing that he does with his front arm. He's fixed it out like he's trying to touch gloves with you, and then he hits you. I like that.
Push kick from O'Brien, trying to get back into this fight. Nearing the midpoint of the round and the fight, the second of two semifinals. Remember, the opening semifinal lasted just 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Dustin Jacoby advancing with a scintillating finish. Right hand lands for O'Brien.
It's funny because it seems like they just changed the tide a little bit. But Green's back there because it seemed like Green was letting O'Brien back into the fight for a couple seconds there.
Oh, beautiful. Right uppercut by Green. Now back to an orthodox stance. Under a minute left in the second round.
Green's smart to set up almost everything behind that jab.
And back to southpaw. Green really mixing it up. There's a knee from O'Brien, but then a counter right uppercut by Green.
Green is just basically mauling and brawling O'Brien here.
Flag knee by Green, pinning O'Brien in the corner. Right hand catches O'Brien.
Get him up, Casey, get him up.
O'Brien works full-time at Boeing as a buyer for tactical aircraft parts. He's still taxing the runway here in this fight, coming back with that punch-kick combination. The third and final round when we come back to Sin City.
O'Brien, another tough round at the office. Got Casey Green walking away with this thing right now. O'Brien's cut there over the left eye.
When you come in with
It's in a reasonable spot. It's not going to interfere with his vision, but he's got to do something and do something big. Otherwise, this fight is going to slip away from him. He's not going to make it to the finals for sure.
Listen to me, okay?
Big punches by Casey Green all night long.
That lead leg.
A lot of things are getting thrown here, but Casey Green keeping that chin tucked and throwing that right hand and that left hook behind it, slipping away too, ending with a nice little low kick.
Third and final. Third and final. Fight.
The bell and the third and final round begins. Nice to see the preeminent cut man in combat sports, Stitch Duran, working Glory 23 Las Vegas as O'Brien comes up with a body kick and a push kick. Now trying to blind Green with the jab. So, as expected, O'Brien with a much more aggressive start. He knows he's behind the proverbial 8-ball, Stephen.
Yes, he really is. I got him down 2 rounds, and he needs something big. Couple knockdowns in this fight, maybe. It is a tournament fight, so we have a knockdown rule.
That's right.
Total punches. Casey Green all the way by 20 punches. Look at that percentage, 40% to 23%. My scorecard is 2 rounds to nothing, Casey Green.
And in terms of that knockdown rule in the tournament, 2 knockdowns in a round, 3 in total. Constitutes a technical knockout in a regular Glory fight. It's 3 knockdowns in a round, or 4 in the fight. Big exchange with the minute gone here in the third round. O'Brien against the ropes. And of course, you know who's the happiest camper right now in the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino? It's Dustin Jacoby, watching these two guys go at it for nearly the entire 9-minute duration.
And use all that energy that they won't have should they make it to the finals.
Left uppercut by Green. O'Brien again along the ropes, comes off, misses with that right cross. Clinch, the collar tie by Green.
One thing I see about O'Brien is that he's got this traditional Muay Thai stance.
That was a nice right hand by O'Brien.
And Green is all angles, all switching stances, completely unorthodox. And it's giving O'Brien problems because he probably expects the guy to fight the normal way, quote unquote. But there is no normal in the ring.
There's no normal period, Mr. Cuadros.
Well, I'm sitting next to you. You're normal.
Under a minute left in the fight.
Supposed to say touche.
Well, I think the silence spoke volumes. I agree. But the silence for O'Brien, he needs to really amp it up here if he wants to pull out the victory. Casey Green switching stances, mixing up his attack with punches and kicks, some knees, keeping O'Brien at range. There was a head kick from O'Brien, under 30 seconds left in the bout.
Nothing on that head kick whatsoever. It was a slap, if anything. And that's the problem, because O'Brien is faded here, and he doesn't have any pop left to get this thing, to win this fight. He's got to win by a knockout.
Liver kick by Green. So Irish eyes should be smiling. The man with Irish pride tattooed on his chest with a good performance here tonight against Quinton O'Brien. And we'll be back with the official decision when we return. You're watching Glory 23 from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
Jacoby sitting back, watching, thinking, this is good for me. Let these two Irishmen go at it. I'll take on the winner. Jacoby looks so good in his first fight, Mauro. He really
yes,
did.
he did, and he looked good when he was called on short notice to compete in the Road to Glory tournament.
He walked through everybody.
Yes.
Knocked everybody that he fought that night.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, a guy like him, and he never gets down. He loses 2, 3, 4 in a row. We talk to him, act like it's no big deal.
Yeah, he's fearless, man. I mean, he's taken fight after fight, and not just any fight, but tough fights on short notice. And while his record may not be the greatest, he's proving here tonight that he continues to improve. And he's looking now for one more win this evening and an opportunity to compete in the middleweight contender tournament. And a shot at the title. There's the brains behind the incredible matchmaking here at Glory. The legendary trainer Cor Hammers, who has turned into one of the best matchmakers in combat sports. Of course, the original trainer of our good friend El Guapo Basrun and so many other kickboxing luminaries.
Yeah, Ramon Decker's Gokhan Saki. I mean, he trained his son, and now his son's a top trainer. I mean, Cor Hammers has been around the world. I bumped into Cor when I was working on Never Back Down 3 in Thailand, and he came on the set.
Is that a shameless plug?
It was a shameless plug.
I love it.
And Cor, I introduced him to the director, the lead in the movie, Michael Jai White. We had a great time. He was sweltering hot in this gym we were working at, but he didn't care. He was happy as he could be.
Yeah, my pro wrestling broadcast partner, Josh Barnett, is.
What's up, Big Josh? Yeah, right.
He's also in that
plugs,
movie.
Man.
So here we await the official decision between Casey Go Green and Quinton O'Brien.
Yeah. Got the top hat going on, Mauro. Win or lose. Win or lose, Mr. Ronaldo. You got to get one of those, Mauro. Why don't you buy one of those?
I have a bunch of chapeaus.
Really?
Yeah. Style and profiling, just like the Nature Boy.
Yeah, with the headset, it won't work, right?
No, you exactly. Well,
got it.
Work for good old JR, WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross, who's watching back home in Oklahoma City.
What's up, JR? Somebody's happy.
Back here in Las Vegas, where we saw a couple of fighting Irishmen go at it in the second semifinal of the middleweight qualification tournament. Let's look at the strike stats, Stephen.
Oh my God, these punch stats, 63 punches to 31, that's double, come on. I mean, the kicks pretty equal, knees equal. Casey Green ran away with this, with the punching. And the highlights, crazy, you know, look, O'Brien was countering, but then he'd eat 2 when he'd land 1. See, that's the problem, it's a mathematical situation. If you throw a punch and the other guy clips you 2, 3 times, then you're losing the round. Back kick, we even missed that thing. I mean, Casey Green doing everything. Man, look at flying knees. He was in complete control. Made a statement, but the problem is, Mauro, and we talked about this earlier, all this energy he went going these 3 rounds, going to work against him going into the final should he make it that far. Now, Look at this. Casey Green all day. Good sportsmanship. O'Brien, Casey Green. Casey Green's got this easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Patricia Morse-Jarman scores the bout 29-28. Judges Robert Hoyle and John Baker score the bout 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision, who now takes his place in the tournament final, Casey Green.
So while it's Quentin O'Brien who's sporting the top hat, it's hats off to Casey Go Green for that winning performance. And Green moves on to the final, where he will face Dustin Jacoby later tonight in this middleweight qualification tournament.
In the brackets, Dustin Jacoby has already established himself as a finalist, and now Casey Green. Both these men came through the franchise known as Road to Glory. Casey Green didn't do so well, lost his first fight. Dustin Jacoby won a Road to Glory tournament. So the internal workings of Glory are set right in front of you. You're going to see Casey Green versus Dustin Jacoby in the finals.
Still to come in our main event, a rematch for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship, as Nicky the Natural Holzken takes on Raymond the Real Deal Daniels. Holzken already holds a win over the American. Will he make it 2 in a row and take the gold back to the Netherlands? We'll find out later tonight.
It's so good to be back in Vegas. Uriah Faber, WEC champion, top contender in the UFC featherweight. He's picking his division. He's moved around so many different weight divisions. Uriah Faber, Team Alpha Male in the house from Sacramento, California, here in Vegas at the Hard Rock Casino. It's a great crowd here tonight. People are very appreciative of what Glory has to offer, and some great kickboxing, especially in these first 2 tournament fights. Wow, Dustin Jacoby, everybody was on their feet for that one. Uriah Faber's getting photobombed there, or video bombed. I really like this place. So do these people. Look at this. It's all about having fun. In between fights. Are they waving at me? Oh my God. How you doing? So much excitement in the air for this main event. Nicky Holzken versus Raymond Daniels. Wow. Such a complete clash of ideologies, of cultures, and of styles. And coming up next, we do have the heavyweights going at it. Xavier Bigney versus Daniel Sam. Xavier Bigney has been on such a roll lately, just winning every single fight that has happened for him in Glory, becoming one of our stars in the heavyweight division. I'm sure he's going to be knocking at the door of one Mr. Rico Verhoeven. You know, I've been thinking in terms of the middleweight division, there's so many good fighters. And that man, Joe Schilling, one of the best fighters in America to come out in the last 10, 15 years. Joe Schilling beat Artem Levin in a tournament. Came back, lost to Artem Levin. I think those guys have a trilogy. You know, they've got something going on coming up. Sitting next to Joe Baltellini, shaking hands with John Franklin, the CEO of Glory. Coming here, I'm sure he's thinking, let me get back at some kickboxing. Been doing some MMA, fighting in Bellator MMA, one of our dear friends.
Welcome back to the joint at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for Glory 23 Las Vegas, the debut of the premier kickboxing organization on the planet here in the fight capital of the world. And coming up on September 19, it's the best of, well, MMA and kickboxing under one roof. It's Dynamite in San Jose.
September 19th, the biggest night in combat sports history is live and free on Spike, with Bellator MMA and Glory Kickboxing on the same card.
Fights don't get bigger than this.
MMA legend Tito Ortiz battles Bellator's undefeated light heavyweight champion Liam McGeary.
Oh my God!
And Salo Cavallari takes on knockout stars Zach Moicasa for Glory's light heavyweight world title.
Wow!
Plus a stacked four-man, one-night MMA tournament.
Unbelievable!
And featuring the Glory debut of Paul Daly.
What an epic night.
Bellator Dynamite presented by Miller Lite. Saturday, September 19th on Spike.
And we are back with former broadcasting partner of mine. You may recognize him as a professional wrestler. Now, he's a badass Muay Thai practitioner, none other than Bill Goldberg. And Bill, we are all excited about what's coming up next month. You were, in fact, in Japan back in August of 2002, the first Dynamite card with the Best of Pride Fighting Championships and K1 Kickboxing. Now we get to do it all again with Bellator MMA and Glory Kickboxing coming up September 19th. And I understand you have a special announcement for us.
Not only one championship fight during that September 19th Dynamite event, but we have two.
Yes.
Gabriel Varga puts his featherweight belt on the line for the first time against Sergey Adamchuk and Moro. American soil, Dynamite. You remember what it was like in Japan. It's going to be an unbelievable night, September 19th.
And of course, Gabriel Varga, a Canadian featherweight champion, defending against Sergey Adamchuk. Now, that goes along with what is really brewing as a grudge match. Gokhan Saki was a Glory light heavyweight champion. I still think he is the best light heavyweight in the world. He couldn't come to terms with Glory. I understand negotiations continue, but hey, Bill, you know the show must go on. It's going to be Zach Moicasa against Saulo Cavallari in a rematch, and you know there's going to be bad blood and big bombs when they square off for the light heavyweight title.
Those two guys are going head-to-head on social media right now, and I got to tell you, man, I can't wait for this fight. Not only the Bellator card, but what we got going with the two title fights that night. Light heavy, man, and featherweight, I am really jonesing for it. I cannot wait.
And what about the Glory debut here in Las Vegas? It's about time we come to the fight capital of the world.
No doubt. We're here at the Hard Rock. We're here at the joint. It is past due that Glory has come to the fight capital of the world. First time here, man. You see, it's electric. It's unbelievable, and it's definitely not our last time here.
No bigger or better ambassador for the sport of kickboxing than my man here, Bill Goldberg. Always a pleasure, my friend. Look forward to seeing you in San Jose, September 19th for Dynamite. Now, coming up later tonight, we've got a main event, the rematch for the Welterweight Championship, and still to come on the Glory calendar on Friday, October 9th, we are headed to the mile-high city of Denver for Glory 24. So, speaking of rematches, Nicky Holtzkin, Raymond Daniels going to do it one more time, this time for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. And the man who was forced to vacate the title due to medical issues, Bazooka Joe Valtellini, caught up with both guys. He knows these guys. He's faced both of them in the Glory ring.
Here in the locker room with Nicky Holtzkin. Nicky, already owning a win over Raymond Daniels, how's your confidence going into this fight?
My confidence is very good, and I train very hard as usual. So, yeah, I think it will be a great fight for me.
Raymond Daniels said, you know, this fight being a single fight may be a little different than the tournament fight. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he's right. It's the same for me. I already have in the tournament a heavy fight with Alexander Stasorenko, so it's the same for me as what he said, what is for him. So.
He said he learned a lot and improved a lot from that last fight. Do you expect a different fight?
I don't know. I can't watch in the future. I only train for myself, and we will see.
Vegas is a long way from Holland. How is it to fight in the fight capital of the world?
Yeah, as I always say, it was always a dream for me to fight in Vegas, so sometimes dreams come true.
Can you give us a prediction on the fight?
I'm gonna win by KO.
You heard it here. Back to you, Mauro. Joseph Bazooka Joe Valtellini here in the locker room with Raymond Daniels. Raymond, having already fought Nicky Holtzkin before, what changed in your training camp?
Definitely. I mean, it was an eye-opening experience having the opportunity to fight him. Got to see a lot of holes that I had in my game. Got to see a lot of holes he had in his game. I think every fighter is kind of like Swiss cheese. You just got to be able to find the holes and be able to poke those holes when you have the opportunity.
Well, the last time you guys fought was a tournament format, this time around being a single 5-round fight. Does that change anything for you?
Definitely changes a whole lot of different things. As you know, being an experienced tournament format fighter yourself, depending on who you fight and how hard that fight was in your first match, makes a huge difference. So going out fresh in a match makes a huge difference in a fight, even in a fighter's mindset.
In your pre-fight interview, you talked a lot about your students at your school. What would it mean to bring this title home to them?
It'd mean the world. My school is called World Champion Karate. I have a lot of dedicated students that work hard every day. I teach them about short and long-term goal orientation. This has been a goal of mine for many years of my life, and it's a great opportunity to accomplish that goal, win this world title, and hold on to it until you feel well enough to come back.
That's awesome. Thanks very much. Good luck on the fight.
No problem at all.
Take care.
Great job by Bazooka Joe Valtellini interviewing both of the principals for tonight's main event. Of course, due to post-concussion syndrome, he was forced to relinquish the welterweight title, and thus Nicky Holtzkin and Raymond Daniels will rematch. The winner takes home the gold. Coming up here at Glory 23 Las Vegas, hard-hitting heavyweight Xavier Vigny, undefeated in the Glory ring, all of his victories coming by way of knockout. He will square off with the United Kingdom's Daniel Sam. He's made changes to his training, he's made changes to his life, and he's looking to get back on the winning track here in Glory. Glory 23 Las Vegas returns in just a moment.
So exciting to have Bill Goldberg with us again. Mauro and I worked with Bill Goldberg for years, calling the Elite XC and the Show XC fights over there at Showtime, and we had a blast doing it. We were no strangers to coming here to Las Vegas. And Bill Goldberg is really getting some pop in his Muay Thai. Got a great camp there in San Diego, and he's a big, big fan. You know, he loves Glory. I mean, Goldberg, he couldn't get more behind the product because he trains in stand-up and he's seeing the best stand-up fighters. He couldn't be happier.
Goldberg, go! Oh,
yeah, Mauro.
He is a great ambassador for the sport, right?
Totally.
A lot of star power, and look at him, always great, gracious with the fans, and great job there as well, Stephen. It's so great to see the members of the combat sports community supporting Glory here tonight. It doesn't matter if you're a boxer or a mixed martial artist. Kickboxing deserves a home in North America. Kickboxing deserves to be right up there with the biggest events in boxing and MMA, and Glory 23 Las Vegas here tonight, the debut. It's nice to see such a great crowd, and I think you said it, a knowledgeable and respectful crowd.
Yeah, and also one thing that you mentioned on the 2002 broadcast of the first Dynamite show.
You and Bas Rutten.
Me, Bas Rutten, and Bill Goldberg.
Yes.
So we go way back with this. And that was the very first Dynamite. The next year, they all split up, and there was a Dynamite, and there was a Shockwave show, and Inoki Bombaye, everything got. But now we're back having the conglomeration, the meetings of the two minds, Bellator MMA and Glory Kickboxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the heavyweights. This giant first appeared in the Glory ring in front of his hometown fans at Glory 5 London. Here comes Daniel Sam.
'33-year-old Daniel the Warrior Sam. Built like a brick house, 6'5". Has recently started the Daniel Sam Fitness program, a company that focuses on utilizing Muay Thai and other combat sport training techniques to help train athletes for a vast array of sports. He says he's a fighter reborn with a renewed love for the sport. He says that some serious personal issues dogged his recent performances, led to him taking time off, and that against Benjamin Adegbui, there was only one fighter in the ring, and it wasn't him.
He was the gold medalist at last year's WAKO North American Kickboxing Tournament and puts his undefeated glory streak on the line, Xavier Vigny.
We are back at the joint at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. A man who is making some serious waves in the heavyweight division, Xavier X-Man Vigny. At 6'8", this 25-year-old won the Glory 21 heavyweight qualification tournament in May with 2 stoppages. One over the hugely overmatched Maurice Jackson, and then he dropped his antagonist and biggest rival, the previously unbeaten Chai Lewis Perry, in the final via body shots, as we go to the tail of the tape for this battle of the big men.
Xavier Vigny has youth on his side along with height and reach, 2 really important elements in kickboxing. Daniel Sam does outweigh Vigny, but we'll see how that works out the longer this fight goes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this heavyweight battle scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, a former British heavyweight champion. He brings with him a professional record of 26 wins and 11 losses, 13 of those wins by knockout. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 269 pounds, 122 kilos. Fighting tonight out of London, England, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Daniel the Warrior Sam. Here now is his opponent, an IKF state, national, and world champion. His record, 8 wins with 1 loss. All 8 wins by knockout, undefeated in 4 prior Glory appearances. At 6 feet 8 inches tall, 2.03 meters, he weighed in at 253.5 pounds, 115 kilos. Fighting out of the Bay Area of California and ranked number 4 in the Glory World Rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Xavier X-Man Vigny. Your referee in charge of this bout is Tony Weeks.
Tony Weeks, the 3rd man in the ring. There's Daniel Sam. And for a man of his size and stature, he's been known to throw what has to be the biggest flying knees in the sport. A man known for throwing big punches is Xavier Vigny. Something tells me the judges' services may not be required in this contest. Vigny at 4-0 in Glory, all 4 wins via stoppage. And here's a scary thought, Stephen. He says he's yet to display his full skill set. He wants to pick Sam apart with his range and kicks, utilize a higher guard, straighter punches, counter left hook with a straight right.
We're seeing Vigny walk Sam down. Sam already up against the ropes. Not a good place to be.
Sam usually spends some of his training camps at Mike's gym in Amsterdam, but he trained for this bout entirely in his native London. Just 1-3 in Glory, but a big edge in experience overall with a 26-11 record. Half of those wins coming inside the distance.
Vigny putting everything behind the jab.
Vigny started kickboxing at the age of 18, watched a lot of Badr Hari fights, feels he relates to him when it comes to his style of fighting. Also a big fan of Peter Arts and the legendary Masato of Japan. There's an overhand right from Sam.
That was a good shot by Sam. Makes Vigny realize that he's standing in front of a guy that can probably knock him out with 1 punch. But Sam is not looking good here covering up like this. He's not slipping, he's not countering, he's just shielding.
And if he gives Vigny the opportunity, X gonna give it to you. 1.5 minutes left in the opening round. Now Vigny just teeing off as Sam just shells up.
It's all that jab with that right hand behind it. A few low kicks in between.
Vigny representing Team Black of the Bay Area, as Coach Dan Black has worked with the likes of Gilbert Melendez, Nate and Nick Diaz, accomplished mixed martial artists. But here in the first round with a minute left, it's all Xavier Vigny as Sam misses with that sweeping left hook.
Vigny keeping it real small, real tight. Just like he said he would.
That's an interesting choice of words for a guy who's 6'8", but you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and he's doing a great job of. It's always nice when during the fighter meetings, the fighter says something and actually goes and does it, Stephen. With 30 seconds left in the opening round, you are watching Glory 23 Las Vegas heavyweight action between Xavier Vigny in the white gloves, Daniel Sam in the black gloves. Alongside the fight professor Stephen Quadros, I'm Mauro Ranallo ringside. The main event still to come, a rematch for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. Nicky Holzken versus Raymond Daniels. Round 2 of this fight is just around the corner.
Daniel Sam looks frustrated. And I don't blame him. Xavier Vigny is really putting it to him. Everything behind the jab, that straight right, couple kicks in between.
Hey, go to his fucking body after that. Go to his body more. He's fucking open all day to the body.
Daniel Sam was still in this fight.
To the body, all right? You gotta be.
He's got that big bomb.
Don't be the head on.
And right here, Vigny moving forward. And that right hand did land. That was a good shot. It was right on the side, almost a cheekbone. That would have been a big problem, man. And how he took that shot. Daniel Sam can hit. So Vigny's got a chin.
The bell in round 2 back here at the joint of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Fight Professor, you hold the unofficial scorecard.
I do, and I got to go Xavier Vigny 10-9 in round number 1.
Aggressive start to round 2. Vigny in the white gloves, Sam in the black gloves.
One thing, and it's just a thought. When Vigny faced Chai Lewis Perry after all the smack talk, he fought with a lot more reckless abandon. He can't do that here against Daniel Sam, because if he walks in one of those punches, like he got tagged with in the first round, it could be a big problem. He could get knocked out. Oh my God, 15-1 in the punch department. Vigny absolutely blowing him away here. Kicks though, Daniel Sam got the edge there, but still, you got to give it to Vigny.
Vigny, a big proponent of using visualization techniques, also studies heavyweight boxing champion Vladimir Klitschko. And now teeing off on Sam. Right hand to the side of his head. There's another right hand behind Sam's guard. 1:45 left in the second.
When a guy shields like that, a secondary plan might be throw a low kick, because this guy's expecting punches. So he's going to probably block a lot of those. There's the low kick.
Yeah, Sam said that people were telling him that Vigny would be quicker with cleaner technique, but he said that isn't going to be the case at all. He's in great condition and feeling really good for this fight, really confident. Well, he's going to have to start to pull the trigger with more regularity, as he's just, there's that high guard and blocking some of those shots, but again, it's Vigny that's the aggressor.
Yeah, Vigny is always first in all these exchanges. Sam is waiting, and he'll lead with a kick maybe, but that's about it. When it comes to the punching department, he doesn't really do much, especially on the countering. No shoulder rolls, no side-to-side movement, nothing.
Final minute of the second round.
Don't hold that hand out.
And Vigny composed, not expending any unnecessary energy, which of course can be the heavyweight's biggest foe, is that gas tank. And with Daniel Sam, who has muscles on top of muscles, they need oxygen, Stephen.
That's right. Becomes a liability and not an asset. Daniel Sam is more cut here and leaner than when we've seen him in the past.
but he's not returning fire. In fact, even Vigny not as aggressive here in round 2 and moving forward, pawing with the jab, using it as a rangefinder. Outside low kick by the X-Man.
Because
high kick blocked by Sam. We're through 2 rounds of this heavyweight matchup at Glory 23 Las Vegas.
Don't hold a hand.
Daniel Sam is basically letting this slip away from him. He's not, it looks like he's not trying. I mean, I understand that Vigny's in his face sometimes, but Vigny's not in his face constantly.
You're not doing enough. So shut it up. I done told you already. Push his hands
Sam
out
just
the way
keeps
and kick
backing up and just not doing it. They're just keeping his hands held high so he doesn't get caught with a clean shot. Vigny is hitting him on the wrist, hitting him glove to glove, because when you have your gloves in front of your head and the guy hits you, it's still you're taking the impact of your own glove getting pushed against you.
You got that? He's missing that right. He don't want that uppercut hook. Got that? All right. Hey, you want this? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's take this shit to him. Take this shit to him. Make him fucking miss.
Speaking of Beaumayer, little Antonio Inoki action there for Dan Black of Team Black, motivating his heavyweight.
Use your jab. Don't hold a hand out. Hold it.
Third and final round, and Daniel Sam's corner echoing our sentiments, screaming at him that he's not doing enough. Meanwhile, in Vigny's corner, Dan Black took to, well, some physicality, slapping Vigny repeatedly across the face, asking him, do you want this? Vigny in the white gloves, Sam in the black gloves.
It's almost like Sam is playing possum because he's starting to open up now. So maybe he was worried about his reserve tank.
1-2 combination by Vigny, who slips and has to be careful.
That was a good shot. No, he got low kick. He got swept to the floor. And, you know.
But not counted as a knockdown.
Yeah, see, it's the
Big
low kick.
Edge.
Yeah, and listen, 24-3. Are you kidding? 119?
And he's only thrown 22 punches, conversely. So,
yeah, basically, he's just showing up and waiting for the guy to make a mistake, meaning Sam is showing up. And Vigny got caught with some good low kicks here already in this round. And I think that Sam, even though the low kick is a weapon that takes time to do the damage, you got to start doing it, whatever damage you can, to take this fight over, because you're losing the fight.
Vigny's won 2 tournaments in Glory. He won the Glory 21 heavyweight qualification tournament. Also won the Road to Glory heavyweight tournament back in June of 2013. Of course, the current Glory heavyweight champion is Rico Verhoeven, who seems to be getting better with each and every outing.
Vigny a little conservative now compared to the early on, but I think that has to do with Sam. Sam came alive, especially with the low kicks. A little bit. I'm telling you, man, that low kick's gonna be a problem.
Chopping away at the lead leg of Xavier Vigny.
That's right.
And he's already stepping on it gingerly.
Stop.
A minute left in the fight.
I think it's too little too late, but still, he could theoretically stop him. Now, Vigny's already starting to angle that knee outward, because you can't take too many more of those low kicks. Otherwise, he's going to go down.
What has been conspicuous by its absence has been the flying knee of Daniel Sam, but he's been doing a much better job chopping down Vigny with those low kicks.
Yeah, the low kick is definitely hurting Vigny right now.
Chopping right hand by Sam.
30 seconds left. Can Sam do it? He needs minimum. He needs more than a knockout. He needs a knockout to win this fight.
He's scored 13 in his career. He wants to continue his Glory career. Coming in with a record of 1-3 in this organization, coming off a split decision win in his last fight against Brian Dowes in Switzerland, but time, his biggest enemy here. So the heavyweights go the distance. When we come back, the judges will render their verdict. You're watching Glory 23, Las Vegas.
Daniel Sam actually came alive in that round, but like I said before, it was a little bit too late. He didn't do enough damage to stop. I mean, you could stop a guy with low kicks. If the guy doesn't block him, you know, you got like you know, you start blasting away like that with a low kick and the guy doesn't block it, it's going to basically put him down and he ain't getting up unless you're going to have crutches. Daniel Sam's a big dude. That's a big kick. Hitting Xavier Vigny over and over again. You know, the flying knee, though, Mauro, realistically, a big guy like that trying to do a flying knee, it takes so much energy.
But he's known for it.
Yeah, I
and
know.
He has thrown some of the biggest ones in the sport. So again, especially, you know what they say, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Didn't see anything that really impressed me from Sam. And to be honest, rather conservative performance by Xavier Vigny. Expected a little bit more from him as well.
Yeah, well, he was facing a guy that had a power advantage over him and had a lot more experience than, say, Charlie Lewis Perry or somebody like that. So you got to understand that once you get, you know, you receive one of those low kicks, you start thinking, wow, man, this guy can kick hard. That right hand.
And to be fair, you're right. The Sam's low kicks were definitely prevalent in that third round, and maybe if he would have started earlier, you never know what happened.
Yeah, that's the maybe if, and I'm sure he's going to be kicking himself. Should he? I thought Daniel Sam won the third round for sure. Yeah, the heavyweight division with Rico Verhoeven at the top is a dangerous. It's a minefield. Daniel Guida, are you kidding me? That guy's maybe the hardest kicker there is. Benjamin Adegbuyi, that's a guy who a lot of people thought was going to beat Rico Verhoeven. Didn't happen. Errol Zimmerman.
He's recovering.
He's recovering, exactly. Xavier Vigny popping in at number 4. Jamal Ben-Sadiq, oh man.
Wow.
He looked really, really nasty with that knockout over Anderson Silva. Chai Lewis Perry's in there. That division is killer's row.
Heavyweights go the distance here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Taking a look at the strike stats.
Punches. Xavier Vigny ran away with this thing. The kicks, though, that's where Daniel Sam almost came in that back door, but he should have started those. Would have, should have, could have, whatever, in the second round, not the third. Vigny setting everything up off of his jab, hooking, but look, you know, Daniel Sam tried to fight back there in the first round. Second round, Vigny pressing the action. Daniel Sam throwing a few kicks every once in a while. These highlights are a little deceptive because there was a lot of inactivity in between these highlights. But still, nonetheless, Daniel Sam coming forward, really trying to do something, but couldn't land a clean shot with a punch, so he went to his kicks. In my opinion, it wasn't enough.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. They score this bout. Junichiro Kamiho scores the bout 29-28 Sam. Judge Dave Moretti scores the bout 29-28 Vigny. And Judge Glenn Trowbridge scores the bout 30-27. Your winner by split decision, Xavier Vigny.
What is with the split decision fetish in Las Vegas tonight? Xavier Vigny defeats Daniel Sam via split decision, improves to 5-0 in glory, but for the first time goes the distance. Still to come here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the middleweight qualification tournament final. Dustin Jacoby goes up against Casey Green, and then later on we will culminate the evening of kickboxing with the Glory Welterweight Championship on the line. The vacant title will go to either Nicky Holzken or Raymond Daniels.
since 1980.
And Joe, looking inside the dressing room, you've been in this position many times. What's happening right now? What's going through? I mean, everyone is different, but what's going through the mind of a fighter knowing that the championship is within grasp?
Well, this is first a tough thing for me to look at because these guys are fighting for my title that I won, and unfortunately I'm not here to defend that title. So for me, it wasn't fair to hold on to this title while I'm healing up here. So these guys have a big opportunity here, and watching these guys just gets me the itch here. I want to be back there warming up too, and I want to be fighting for that title again. So
what is this? What are they doing in this time? Knowing moments away, what do you like to do? What did you do?
Well, this is the moment where I think as a fighter you start to zone out. This is where all the other distractions are totally gone. People can be talking to you. You have no idea what anyone around you is saying. This is time where you're preparing yourself for war. You're preparing yourself for, the biggest fight of your life here. So this is the time of focus and concentration.
Are you going through a visualization process? Are you seeing different striking techniques?
I think at this point, that should have been done in your training. At this point, it's what you're going to do right now.
Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of Glory 23. At the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the joint has been jumping for much of the night as the fans here welcome the premier kickboxing organization on the planet to the fight capital of the world. Mauro Ranallo back with you, joined again by the fight professor Stephen Quadros. And Stephen, we are moments away from the tournament final in the middleweight qualification tourney. And let's revisit, talk about what we've seen so far in this tournament.
What we've seen, Mauro, so far is all action all the time. The fighters have really delivered. Justin Jacoby definitely got things done with every technique he had available to him against Sepulveda. That was a big left hand by Jacoby. Jacoby kept blasting away with knees to the body and just swinging wild. It didn't matter because he knew that Sepulveda was gone. And there it was. Dustin Jacoby wins inside the first round with that knockout with 1 second left. Casey Green, on the other hand, went out there and pitched a shutout, used all kinds of unusual stances, different angles, back kicks, punches, pawing out his opponent. This is going to be a really interesting final, but the thing is, how much does Casey Green have left after a 3-round war?
So the middleweight qualification tournament final is set. Dustin Jacoby squaring off with Casey Green, the winner to advance to the middleweight contender tournament, and of course the winner of that tournament gets a shot at the Glory Middleweight Championship. And Stephen, coming up later tonight, the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship on the line. It is a rematch. You just returned from shooting a movie in Thailand, and I'm just wondering, when it comes to Nicky Holzken versus Raymond Daniels, are we going to see Godfather Part 2 or Caddyshack 2? The former a classic, the latter not so much.
You know, I get the reference, Morrow, and thank you very much for the plug. But the thing is, Nicky Holzken is a natural-born predator inside the ring, and he gets everything done with basics. They know the 1-2-3 is coming. They know the low kick is coming. They can't do anything about it. The high priority for Raymond Daniels is not only finishing, but also doing it in a spectacular fashion with flying kicks, wild maneuvers, and inside the locker room, then we have Raymond Daniels setting it up. He's been working a lot on his boxing. He feels that will be the main thing against Nicky Holzken, but he's really got to think long and hard. If he gets his back to the rope, got to go back to that back kick, really.
All right, and so it will be Raymond Daniels challenging Nicky Holzken for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. Joining me now, a man who held the Glory Welterweight title, Bazooka Joe Valtellini. And Joe, I know this is a tough night for you, and we appreciate you joining us to add your expert and unique insight into the main event, but you were forced to relinquish the championship. Why?
I had some health issues, you know, multiple concussions. It's a tough sport where head injuries play a big part. So it was advised by my doctors and my family to take a little bit of break and, you know, let these guys have an opportunity. It wouldn't be fair for me to hold on to that belt while I'm recovering.
You stopped Raymond Daniels, but were stopped by Nicky Holzken. What should we look for in the main event?
This fight's going to be about ring control and distance. On one hand, you have Nicky Holzken, who's going to really try to close the distance. You want to close the distance on Raymond Daniels to avoid those big spinning kicks. On the other hand, you have Raymond Daniels, who's going to use his side kicks and keep his distance. Raymond Daniels has to stay away from those corners because that's where Nicky Holzken's is most dangerous, and watch for that big liver punch.
Might just have a future in television there, young man.
I'm trying.
Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the former Glory Welterweight champion. He'll be joining us for guest analysis during the main event. It will be Nicky Holzken versus Raymond Daniels in the rematch for the vacant Glory Welterweight championship. But coming up, Dustin, the Honyak Jacoby, will take on Casey Go Green in the final of the Glory Middleweight Qualification Tournament. It's coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the middleweight tournament final. His semi went the distance with 3 tough rounds, and he won it by unanimous decision. Please welcome back Casey Green.
Here comes Casey Green, his second walk to the Glory ring tonight after defeating Quinton O'Brien in one of the 2 semifinals in the middleweight qualification tournament. He went the distance against O'Brien. He will face in Dustin Jacoby, a man who only needed 2 minutes and 59 seconds to defeat his opponent.
He ended his semifinal just 1 second short of the bell in the opening round. Welcome back, Dustin Jacoby.
Back here at the joint of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Yes, he's born in the USA, and it's been an all-American middleweight qualification tournament. And you will see Dustin Honyak Jacoby going up against Casey Green to determine the winner of tonight's tournament.
You know, Dustin Jacoby's got 2 inches in the height. Okay, great. But and maybe 2 inches in the reach. Great. But he's going to have to deal with the brawling weirdness and that unorthodox stance thing that Casey Green brings to the table.
We are about to find out who's the boss in this middleweight qualification tourney. One more time, let's throw it up to the international voice of glory, Tim Hughes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time now for the tournament final. Scheduled once again for 3 3-minute rounds. This man now runs his record to 3 wins and 4 losses at 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, and weighing in at 186.5 pounds, 84.6 kilos, fighting tonight out of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome back, fighting out of the black corner, Casey Go Green. His opponent opposite the ring and fighting out of the white corner has a professional record now of 5 wins and 6 losses. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.91 meters, he weighed in at an even 187 pounds, 84.7 kilos. He fights out of Aurora, Colorado. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Dustin the Honyak Jacoby. And once again, your referee for this bout is Mark Smith.
Mark Smith, the referee. 3 3-minute rounds.
All right, Casey, you ready? Dustin, ready? Fight's on.
The bell and round 1 middleweight qualification tournament final. Dustin Jacoby in the white gloves, Casey Green in the black gloves. Jacoby checking Green's kick. Green starting this fight as a orthodox fighter. Back as he switches like he did against O'Brien, constantly trying to discombobulate his opponent.
It's a great strategy. It really is.
There's a left hook that connected on Jacoby's head. What do you look for early here, Stephen?
I look for Dustin Jacoby to establish his jab and then try and figure out if he can throw that right hand and catch the moving target in the switching stance, Casey Green. The problem with the guy switches like this, especially if he does any spinning attacks like a back fist, is you can walk right into a spinning back fist and that'll be lights out. So you have to be careful.
1 minute gone in the opening round.
Green actually looks pretty fresh, considering the fact that he went 3 hard rounds in the opening match.
Jacoby scores with a right hand through the guard. Spinning back kick to the midsection by Green. Straight left hand down the middle by Green. Attacking the body.
One thing Green has to be careful of, if he switches to southpaw, with the right foot in front, he's got to be very, very careful of the right head kick from Dustin Jacoby.
Jacoby going on the attack.
Watch your heads. Both guys, watch your heads. Fight!
Hard jab by Green. So they're both trying to gauge what the other has left. After both competing earlier tonight, of course, Jacoby with a knee to the face. There's a jab and Green on the ropes.
That knee was,
and he cut him.
Look at that cut. Oh, that's from the knee too.
Belfort and Eastman.
Yeah, it was from the right side though. And it was when Green switched to southpaw.
I think that was the nastiest knee cut I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that Eastman suffered against Peter Belfort, but something that Green has to contend with here in round one. Green is seeing red literally as blood now going into his eye.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem because that trickle down is going to go directly into his eye. Thank God it's not close to the eyebrow or the eyelid. It's further up on the forehead.
Inside low kick by Green, but Jacoby hitting him upstairs. 15 seconds left in the first round.
Good right hand by Jacoby.
Another knee by Jacoby, left hook.
You know what? He's in trouble.
Jacoby all over Casey Green.
That should be ruled a knockdown. That was a knockdown because the ropes stopped him from going down. He would have gone down if the ropes weren't there. It's a good call by Mark Smith, our referee.
Are you good? Walk towards me.
Oh, boy. Huh. That's it.
Legal blow.
We got to turn it up, baby. We're 2 rounds. 2 rounds left. You were winning that round. You gave it away. Okay? Here's what we're going to do, okay? That jab is working for you. Stick him with that jab, okay? Try to push him back against the ropes and then release your head. Okay? Try to push him against the ropes. Your kicks are working, but you got to follow that up with a hit. Once you go upstairs with a kick, go with a left hook, right hand. When you kick left, right hand, left hook. Casey, no more lazy. No more. Too lazy. No more lazy. Come on. Keep those hands up. Doesn't look good.
Right now. Listen to me. Go have some fucking fun right now. Let's go, baby. Come on. No mistakes, buddy. Let's do it. No mistakes. Here, champ. Let's do it. Hey, deep breath.
The bell in round 2 of this Glory middleweight qualification tournament final. The good news for Corey Green is that he had Stitch Duran working on that cut after the nasty knee to the forehead by Dustin Jacoby. The bad news for Corey Green is that, well, he didn't fare too well against Jacoby in that opening round.
Yeah, Casey Green definitely ate a lot of shots in that round.
Step back.
But that cut, oh man, that was so nasty. Jacoby basically kept his fundamentals there. And Green, good shot by Green. Green with the switch stances left himself open for that big knee.
Body kick by Jacoby, who's now fighting out of the southpaw stance. He's telling Green, hey, if you can do it, so can I. Back to orthodox.
Green firing back, though, with that straight left hand from southpaw.
Green in the black gloves, Jacoby in the white landing that left hand. Again, this All-American tournament, Steven. A lot of guys with little experience, but Jacoby now rocking Casey Green, trying to stay on his feet.
Jacoby's got to settle down a little bit. He's missing a lot of his shots.
Fight back!
And Jacoby battering away. And the fight has been waved off by referee Mark Smith. Dustin the Honyak Jacoby wins the Glory middleweight qualification tournament. And we will make it official when we come back to Las Vegas and the Joint at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
Dustin Jacoby, man, he really closed the show. And it was getting wild there. A lot of those shots were missing, but the ones that were connecting were hurting Green. And I don't really have a problem with the stoppage because Green was going to take a shellacking. And sometimes when a guy's that tough and can take a shot, he can do himself more harm than good in his long-term life.
And we have seen, of course, with Bazooka Joe Valtellini being forced to vacate the Glory welterweight title because of post-concussion syndrome. So good point, Stephen.
Yeah, I think that Joseph taking the step to, in fact, look out for his health, because when a doctor's telling you one thing, the guys at the gym, no, you're tough, you can take a shot. No. They're not doctors. And they're not going to be around when you're in a rest home at the age of 40 and can't remember your own name. Not to put a downer on anything.
All right, let's make it official. Let's go to Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one ends with an official time of 1 minute, 19 seconds of that second round, when a referee, Mark Smith, steps in and waves this one off for your winner by technical knockout. And now, Glory qualifying tournament winner, Dustin Jacoby.
Jacoby began his kickboxing career by winning the Road to Glory USA Light Heavyweight Tournament in surprising fashion, taking the place of an injured fighter on short notice. And here tonight, he wins the middleweight qualification tournament and the trophy, which will be awarded by Bill Goldberg, Core Hemmers, and John Franklin of Glory. He does it with 2 stoppage wins. And so Dustin Jacoby takes home some pretty impressive looking hardware, Mr. Quadros.
He really does, and I can't help but be impressed by Dustin Jacoby.
Straight ahead, the main event for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. It's a rematch between Nicky the Natural Holzken, yet to taste defeat in a Glory ring, against a man he's already defeated, but someone who always puts on a show, Raymond Real Deal Daniels.
My first fight experience with Nicky was definitely an eye-opener. It's in a tournament format, and the tournament format is definitely a different style of fight, and you have to go in with a different type of game plan. I saw areas where I needed to improve my game, where I needed to step up. I learned things that, bad habits that I had, like putting myself in corners, not using my reach and my speed. I'm looking forward to getting back in the ring and taking it to him this time, and him seeing Raymond Daniels at 100%.
Yeah, Daniel is a fighter who you cannot give a lot of space, because then he can use the kicks, of course. I don't look at Daniel's style or that he is dangerous for me or anything. I only look to myself what I can do better in a fight.
I feel very good. All night long I can do this, no problem, 40 degrees. Kick my trainer's ass 5 rounds, 3 minutes. Same like the world champion.
Raymond Daniels, I hope you prepare very well, because I am ready to rumble again. Push.
Tweet and text your friends. The Glory Welterweight Championship is straight ahead.
There's that spinning heel kick, Raymond Daniels, and that's going to be his left kick. Boom! Oh man, the mitt goes flying everywhere. Can't even hang on to that mitt. You know those people sitting down in that chair? Look at them, they're covering up.
Are those kicks going to be enough?
Yeah, but that mitt's going to go flying and hit them in the head. Nicky Holzken loosening up, a little shadow boxing.
Not expending as much energy, just working on a nice little warm-up.
Potentially 5-round fight.
Still, you want to break a sweat, get loosened up.
both these guys just want to get in there and win that belt for sure. The calm before the storm. It's going to be the big moment for both these guys. Whoever wins, this is huge.
Many people believe that Nicky Holzken, the uncrowned welterweight champion, suffered a shoulder injury exacerbated by a car accident. Wanted to face Bazooka Joe Valtellini for the title. Unfortunately, that rematch not allowed to come to fruition due to the post-concussion syndrome suffered by Valtellini, but a prudent decision by Bazooka Joe to relinquish the title and retire from the sport, and he will be joining us for his expert insight coming up in just mere moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Glory welterweight belt is on the line next. First to make his way to the Glory ring, he is an 8-time National Black Belt League Karate champion. He is Raymond Daniels.
Raymond Daniels always puts on a show when walking to the ring. The 35-year-old who's won every major karate tournament and title that you can think of. The real Karate Kid. 4-2 in the Glory ring. All 4 of his wins via form of knockout. Same goes for his opponent, Nicky Holzken. Lots of knockout power there, too.
Raymond Daniels, if he were to show any signs of being down about his last loss, we sure don't see it right here.
The joint at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, jumping, getting set for the main event of the evening for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. Raymond Daniels, the real deal, looking for revenge against Nicky Holzken.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a 2-time WFCA and European Muay Thai champion, widely regarded as the best welterweight in the world. Please welcome Nicky Holzken.
Good.
One of the pound-for-pound best kickboxers in the world, Nicky the Natural Holzken, undefeated in Glory with a superlative record of 86-11 overall, 45 wins via form of knockout. So the stage is set. Let's go to the numbers for tonight's main event.
Well, Daniels has a couple inches in height and he's 4 years older. But the big number here is the experience of Holzken. That makes him really hard to beat. But to me, this is a clash of styles because Daniels' back kick is no joke. But then again, either is Holzken's left hook to the body.
The vacant Glory Welterweight Championship hangs in the balance. It's a rematch we've all been waiting for. Holzken versus Daniels. Here once again is Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your headline bout of the evening. 5 rounds for the Glory Welterweight Championship of the World and the coveted Golden Glory Belt. The This bout sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Their chairman, Francisco Aguilar, and their executive director, Bob Bennett, are with us ringside. And at the opening bell, your referee, Big John McCarthy. From inside the joint at the beautiful Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, to Glory Kickboxing fans watching in every corner of the globe, it's time for Glory! Introducing first, standing on my right and fighting out of the black corner, a 6th-degree black belt, two-time NASKA world champion. His record, 27 wins with 2 losses, 17 of those wins by knockout. At 6 feet 2 inches tall, 1.88 meters, he weighed in at 169 pounds, 76.7 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Orange, California, and ranked number 3 in the Glory World Rankings. Introducing Raymond Real Deal Daniels. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a 2-time Glory Tournament winner, 3-time Dutch champion. His professional record truly impressive. 86 wins with 11 losses, 45 of those wins by knockout, and undefeated in 8 prior Glory appearances. Standing 6 feet even, 1.83 meters. He weighed in at 169.5 pounds, 76.9 kilos, fighting out of the Netherlands and ranked number 1 in the world. He is Nicky the Natural Holzken. Once again, your referee in charge, Big John McCarthy.
Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good, step back. Good luck tomorrow.
An electric atmosphere here at the joint of the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Rematch, Raymond Daniels looking for vengeance against a man who believes he's the uncrowned Glory welterweight champion. He has an opportunity to bring the belt back to the Netherlands tonight. Nicky Holzken. The bell in round 1, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. We are joined by the former Glory welterweight champion, Bazooka Joe Valtellini, at ringside. Joe, what do you expect to see in round 1?
Well, you can already see Nicky Holzken pushing Raymond Daniels against the rope. That's where you want to keep Raymond Daniels to avoid those big spin kicks.
Daniels known for his cavalcade of kicks. A karateka through and through. His black belt father introduced him to karate at a young age, and while I don't know karate, I know crazy, and just like the title of the James Brown song that contains that lyric, Daniels seeking payback tonight.
Daniels using a lot of side-to-side movement to stay out of that corner.
And for Holzken, Joe, one of the most savage body punchers in the sport, going upstairs with the left hook, delivering a nasty knee as well.
You can see Nicky Holzken already throwing those big combinations, but Raymond Daniels is using a lot of energy right now. He looks really tense, so this is a 5-round fight. He's got to conserve some of that energy.
Daniels actually landed a couple punches there, which surprised me. But I don't think he wants to box with Holzken.
From the last fight, he seems to be better getting away from those corners now. Nicky's just keeps walking and stalking him into those corners, so he's got to keep moving.
Daniels said that there was the loss to you in the tournament that led to him really focusing on checking low kicks and working on low kicks. And of course, for Nicky Holzken, you tasted defeat against Holzken. What did you learn from that fight, Joe?
Well, after the Holzken fight, I really started to work my boxing, just as Raymond Daniels has. And I think I realized that boxing does play a big part in the Glory ring.
Of course, Nicky Holzken idolized the late Ramon Dekkers. When he reached 22, he moved to Breda so he could train with Dekkers at the world-famous Golden Glory Gym. and like everyone else in the combat sports community, was deeply saddened by the sudden death of Dekkers in 2013 at just the age of 43. And I'm sure, should he prevail tonight, he'll be thinking of his fallen hero, Ramon Dekkers.
One thing I'm noticing, there's a huge slowdown in the pace here. Daniels has relaxed, and he's standing more toe-to-toe with Holzgen. Holzgen isn't pressing forward because I think Daniels landed a couple of those pop shots, and it made Holzgen think twice about just running in, trying to trap him on the ropes.
Daniel, go ahead.
Daniel has to be careful when he's jumping in with those big punches. Nicky has a really good counter left hook that can catch Daniels anytime.
Counter right hand by Daniels behind Holzgen's guard. Low kick by Daniels.
Yeah.
Entertaining opening round. There's Bill Goldberg, Glory Ambassador. Nicky Hemmers, the brother of Ramon Dekkers, the son of the legendary trainer, Cor Hemmers. Unofficial scorecard, Steven, as we look at the luminaries in attendance. Uriah Faber.
I think that Raymond Daniels won that first round.
Joe Schilling.
I think he did it with movement, and he landed a couple crisp shots. I don't think Holzgen has connected yet. Joe?
I have to agree with you there. You know, it might look like Nicky Holzgen is getting the better of Raymond Daniels because he's being a little bit more aggressive, but Raymond Daniels is doing a really good job staying out of those corners, and he's landing some good shots in the...
The bell in round two. Holzgen told us that Daniels said that a rematch would be different because he would be fresh instead of having to fight a tournament fight first. Well, Holzgen said the same applies to him, and he said that it's going to be a hard night for Raymond Daniels here in Las Vegas. Daniels with all kinds of energy expenditure. And while it's flashy and yes, it's entertaining, it has to be draining in that gas tank.
So far, Daniels does not seem perplexed about being against the ropes or being in the corner. Other than that first burst of energy in the first round where he was desperately running away from the corners. Now he doesn't really care, it seems.
It looks like Nicky's giving him a little bit more space compared to the last fight, which is allowing Raymond Daniels to get a little bit more of his kicks off and move laterally a little better.
Daniels all about high risk, high reward, and he does. He needs that space to launch his attack. A couple of inside low kicks by Nicky Holzgen.
And Daniels got the better of the punching exchange, ironically, in the first round.
And Holzgen with the
Holzgen did the kicks. So what's going on here? We got to all flip around. We're in bizarro time now.
Minute 45 left in round two. A knee by Daniels. Right hand over the top. Holzgen focused. Fires off the straight right. Southpaw Daniels now along the ropes, avoiding that one punch from Holzgen. A minute and a half left in the round.
This is going to be an endurance contest, a battle of attrition. And plus the guys can take the most punishment and keep going.
Nicky's really good at, changing the intensity of his punches. He could really save a lot of energy. He likes to tap the head and then go hard to the body.
In their first meeting at Glory 19 in the finals of a welterweight contenders tournament, we saw Holzgen quartering Daniels just like he's doing right now and nullifying his explosive offense with tight boxing fundamentals.
Yeah, but Daniels is firing back here.
Yes, he is.
And he's not pinned against the ropes. He's about a foot away from the ropes.
One of the good things Raymond Daniels is doing, he's not really being a standing target. That's one of his biggest issues in his last fight. When he's in the corners, he's throwing and moving and getting out of there.
Exactly. There's that left hook to the body. And Raymond Daniels took a deep breath afterwards.
30 seconds left in the second round. A knee and a right hand by Daniels.
Wow.
Flashes the 1-2 through the guard of Holzgen. A straight right followed by a left by Daniels upstairs. And Holzgen may be baiting him. Joe, you've been in with both guys. Maybe Holzgen wanting Daniels to unload all of his shots and waste that energy.
Nicky's really intelligent, and I can see him really picking it up in the last 3 rounds. Yeah. But Raymond Daniels is doing a great job right now, keeping momentum and continuing to throw.
Terrific action through 2 rounds here in Las Vegas for the vacant Glory Welterweight Championship. Don't forget, Glory is back next month when Bellator MMA brings you Dynamite. 3 epic events in one night. A 4-man, one-night light heavyweight tournament. And both the Bellator light heavyweight title and the Glory Kickboxing light heavyweight title on the line. Tito Ortiz fights champion Liam McGeary, while Zach Muikasa battles Saulo Cavallari for Glory Gold. It's live and free. Coming your way September, only on Spike. Good stuff through 2 rounds. Joe, how do you have it after the first 6 minutes of action?
I have 2 rounds to 0 for Raymond Daniels.
And why?
He's throwing more, he's landing more, he's being more aggressive, and you see he's keeping his momentum.
Very impressive thus far. Steven, do you concur?
I have to be uncongressional and agree.
Raymond Daniels needs to be careful with his guard after he's throwing his punches. Nicky has a really good counter left hook that Raymond Daniels should give a little bit more respect to.
And fast hands by Raymond Daniels, but yet Holtzkin standing in front of him, missing with the right. Good counterattack by Daniels.
The fade back by Raymond Daniels in the counterattack. I love it. If that takes quick reflexes.
Floyd Mayweather.
Muhammad Ali.
Spinning back kick to the breadbasket by Daniels, but on the counter is Holtzkin. He hasn't been to the corner. Right hand, left hook by Holtzkin, then the knee up the middle.
Raymond Daniels needs to get out of those corners. He's being that standing target again that he can't be.
He was doing so good up until that last flurry, and he did that jump back kick in close.
Left hook to the head by Holtzkin, and a right hand.
Holtzkin is hitting him hard right now.
It looks like Raymond Daniels is cut from that big knee in the corner.
There is blood around the left eye of Raymond Daniels, and Holtzkin now targeting his body with the knee. Right hand pops. Daniels head back. Wow, look at the stats.
Wow, man, he's right. Daniels, 27 landed against Holtzman, 12.
What? The fight immediately waved off by referee Big John McCarthy.
The cut.
Due to the severe cut over the eye of Raymond Daniels.
That's
a nasty gash.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. I mean, that's the third eye, and we don't mean yoga.
No.
I mean, that cut would not heal up.
Wow. You don't want to see a fight like this end this way, but it's the nature of the beast, and Nicky Holtzkin draws blood, but more importantly, he becomes the Glory welterweight champion. Joe, I know you've got to have mixed feelings right now sitting here at ringside. Your thoughts on what just transpired?
It's an unfortunate finish, but you know, it's fighter safety is #1. And if you can't see and the blood's in your eyes, it's not very safe for you to be in there.
Oh, that's nasty. Look at that. Yeah, because he wasn't effectively defending himself. He couldn't see out of the eye.
And there's a sportsman, Holtzkin. He said, you know what? I'm just stepping away, and a good move on his part as well. Classy.
Yeah, that was a nasty cut because it was in tight. It was right on the eyelid. Oh,
Lord.
My God.
You know, we talked about Eastman and Belfort, the knee in the forehead. I mean, that's nasty. And, you know, you have the preeminent cut man in combat sports, Stitch Duran, but even he can't perform miracles. The fight was stopped.
You have to give Raymond Daniels a lot of credit there. He did show a lot of improvement from the last fight.
Yes, he did. Good point.
Okay, here comes what we think is going to be like the body shots. See that? It was the right hand. It was the right hand. Because as soon as it starts to bleed, Nicky Holtzkin.
And yet look at Daniel still fighting away, and just admirable effort. And this is fantastic to see the two foils. Let's listen in. So Nicky Holtzkin improves to 9-0 in Glory, and he is the Glory welterweight champion. Let's make it official with Tim Hughes.
I'm not going to kiss you, Nicky.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. This bout comes to an end with an official time of 1 minute 36 seconds of that third round when our referee, Big John McCarthy, steps in to wave this one off. Your winner, and now Glory Welterweight Champion of the World, Nikki Holskin. Once again to present the belt, Bill Goldberg, along with our CEO, John Franklin, and our head of talent operations, Mr. Cor Hemmers. Glory Sports International would like to thank our friends at Tough Enough for co-promoting Glory 23 here in Las Vegas.
Okay, Raymond, you boxed so well in those first 2 rounds. You got to be really disappointed by the way this ended.
Yeah, definitely. I felt really good. Felt like I had control of the fight. He's a strong guy, so I know he's going to keep coming. Caught myself in the corner where I didn't want to be and caught a clean knee above the eye, and the blood started leaking down my eye. It was hard to see, so Big John McCarthy that's his decision to make a stop, and all I can do is respect that.
It's almost impossible for me to stay away from this, but would you like a third go-round with Nikki Holskin?
Yeah, definitely. I still have room for growth. I still have room for improvement. I enjoy fighting Nikki. He makes me a better fighter. He's one of the top athletes in the world. And the way I challenge myself is by taking on competitors such as himself. Without fighters like him, I would have no reason to do this. I would have no room for growth. So my hat goes off. He won tonight, and I never give up. I'll be back. It's called perseverance. I teach my karate students it every day.
Congratulations. That was a wonderful performance. Nikki, the champion. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels like 2 years ago in Tokyo. I never lost the feeling. Only they take away my belt, but now I have my belt back, and I think I earn it. I win a contender tournament, 2 heavy fights, Stasarenko, Daniels. Now I'm here. I hope Joseph Valtellini recovers very fast so we can meet again. Oosh.
Raymond Daniels seems to have improved quite a bit. Did you find him to be frustrating in those first 2 rounds?
I know this was his game plan, and I know what was my game plan. My game plan was to start the first 2 rounds relax. Let him spin. He did 3 or 4 spins, but he didn't touch me. I blocked everything with my elbows. The jumping knee from him in the first fight was very good to deliver. Now I blocked it all with my elbow. I trained very good for this fight. So, yes, all the credits to Raymond. He's an amazing fighter.
This was a wonderful fight, a great fight. Got to congratulate you one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Holskin.
I'll give you the last word, Joe Valtellini. I know this is a bittersweet moment for you, but what are your thoughts on what transpired here in the main event?
Well, I think they delivered a great fight, and I showed a lot of improvements in Raymond Daniels. And, you know, Nikki Holskin being himself, being that, you know, champion that he is, and, you know, he deserves that title.
I hope to see you back in the ring one day, but health is everything. Congratulations, and great job tonight, my man. Thank you so much. For Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the fight professor Stephen Quadros, and our entire crew, we want to thank you for watching Glory 23 Las Vegas. The night ends with Nikki, the Natural Holskin, becoming the new Glory Welterweight Champion. I'm Marinello. See ya from Sin City.
Once again to present the belt,